One of my all-time favourite ice creams are Magnums. I love the decadent Belgian chocolate and the richness of the ice cream. But some years ago, Magnum launched a new marketing campaign, labelling each of their ice creams with one of the 7 deadly sins. There were names like sloth and vanity, gluttony, revenge and greed. My favourite, the white chocolate Magnum, was vanity. After hearing about the campaign, I didn't feel quite so good eating it. Magnum's marketing campaign reinforces the idea that eating something pleasurable is sinful, communicates the idea that eating something nasty is probably the opposite. In other words, if you follow God's ways and do the right thing, you're not going to enjoy life. If you live as a Christian, then you're not going to have a good time. So here's my question. Why is it that something as good as a Magnum ice cream should be associated with sin? Why is pleasure associated with evil? Where does this idea come from? Well, if we look back in history, we get some idea. It kind of can be seen in the Gnostics of the early centuries that were around the same time of the church. And they had this idea that the spirit was good and the body was bad. And to be spiritual, you had to emphasize only the spiritual. More of one meant less of the other. And then later, the monastic movement really picked up on these ideas, and they started to say things like, sex is bad, so therefore the ideal is to be celibate, or food is bad, so you should eat plain bread and water. Or beauty is bad, so you shouldn't wear colours and beautiful fashion, you should wear plain, rough clothing. Laughter is bad, so you should be solemn and sober in church. Relationships even are bad. Many of the monks used to isolate themselves away from them. It was a way of thinking that said that the physical was bad, the spiritual was good. And sometimes those ideas seem to come out in our world today. We may feel, but really, Scripture, God's ways, don't teach us any of those things. I often talk about having a good theology of chocolate. See, when we go back to Scripture, we see that in creation, in Genesis chapter 1, God's beautiful creation is described, and everything about it is good. It says there were sun, moon, and stars, and plants and animals, and it was good, and it was good, and it was very good. Everything that God created then was given to humanity for us to enjoy. It becomes even clearer throughout the New Testament that every good gift comes from above, that it was provided to us for our enjoyment. A good theology of chocolate embraces the beauty of life as a gift from God, the beauty of a sunset, the thrill of a kiss, the love of chocolate as a gift that God gave us to enjoy, that we can see His image in the beauty around us, that we can enjoy the physicality of life without losing our priority of serving God's kingdom first. So today, I want to encourage you to have a good theology of chocolate, to understand the priority of seeking God's kingdom first, but to understand that everything that God created around us is a gift of God, given for us to enjoy. Hey, thanks for listening today. For more on having your own God conversations, you can go to godconversations.com and go and enjoy some good chocolate this week. And we'll see you next time.